So today I posted about the mirror and got a few questions already. So I just want to jump on here and have a quick conversation about it. The translation in the dream is always pointing us back to what we're believing within our own unique selves, or appearing as our own unique selves. It often feels as though this is a very self-fulfilling, selfish state. But I'm going to be very bland and direct and not try to tiptoe around non-dualistic language here. I'm getting downloads as I'm sharing, so that's why I'm being quiet in between. Everything in thisness is not separate. Yet, for the experience to be experienced, it has to appear that way. So although we speak to Kelly's near-death experience and having a soul plan and having these others and these engagements that we do with others, and that plan was determined and detailed with the appearing one who's incarnating, I call it the avatar, and these others, also avatars. The reality is all of this is just aspects in the play. Not one has ever been separate. Nor has one ever been in the body. Now, I recognize by sharing this so holistically and rawly, like I'm doing right now, it could foster some development in that aspect watching this that thinks, I need to understand this. I need to experientially understand this. So I want to speak to that too. Let's start first with the mirror. The concept and the idea of what is appearing in front of us is no more and no less than the ability to peer into what this appears to be believing in this now moment. That appears as an experience or another or a thing. Doesn't matter what it is. There's nothing compartmentalized in this. When we get interested in knowing that which is appearing there, it is interested in showing up. It could not have been any other way. And in that showing up, it seems to want to engage at some level in the play. It needs to get in there, judge them, see the plank, see the thorn, see all of it. We want to see all of it. And we seem to have so much more clarity when we're looking at them and their problems and their things. And in that, we miss the plot. And the plot is this subtle and this simple. That, seeming as another, is merely showing up for you to peer in and say, what is this believing now? Now we use them to see that. It's what's necessary. Just like we can't know our face without the mirror. We can't bite our own teeth. When we become mindful of this, it deepens. And less is more is the only thing I can say about it. The dabble doing doesn't need to dabble do. It says what's arising, what's being believed, what's being conceptually held on to, what is still attaching, what is resisting. Good to know. It never makes it about a them. Which is why in the story of Kelly, there is an eternal pointing to You gotta look at your own BS. That is the litmus test to see where you are. Now, all the variances, which we've talked about in the Talking to the Dead series, are absolutely here. Everything's here. Yet when we become so aligned to this knowingness and understandingness, there's no interest in dabbling in any of those variances. It just waits. The thing lands. The thing is noticed. The mirror is seen. It's self-inquiry doing itself, and it goes away. Now, every time we slip into the dream and start making it about a them, we've lost the plot. We're in the dream. It doesn't feel good. We're now working on them. We're seeing their foibles. We're seeing their problems. Ooch, ooch, ooch. And not only that, we're taking them on as ours. Now the judgment about them starts. The concepts that we need to work on their stuff. It's so much more subtle. What am I seeing? What am I believing? Inquiry, inquiry, inquiry. All let's go. What's next? What's next? Don't need to know. Just always be in that mind state of, this is fun. This is interesting. What's next? What's landing here? Now, what tends to happen when this begins to deepen is the judgment of the judgment, and this becomes hilarious. So what I mean by that, again, as mentioned, it seems very crisp and clear to see their problems, their issues, and then we judge them for their judgment. So Sally Sue and I went to lunch. Sally Sue seems to be talking negatively about Jan, and the one sitting here can either just sit here, notice, is that reverberating in here? Nope, let's go. Or, yep, I'm going to judge Sally Sue for judging Jan, and now I'm right back in the dream. Judgment, judging, the judger is just another invitation back into the dream. It becomes hilarious how far down the rabbit hole we can go in this, you guys. So why does Kelly do the videos? Who's she talking to? If there are no others and there's never been separation, cute squirrel climbing right outside my window. He's looking at me. Hi, buddy. Because this all becomes hysterical when it's seen through. The deepening just deepens. The crispness just gets crisper. And it all becomes hilarious and fun and open-hearted. Are you going to slip back into the dream? Abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. But how long are you going to stay there this time? And the next time? And the one after that? That's what matters. You know, again, that can be a slippery slope. Oh, lost myself in the dream again. Gosh, I'm no further ahead than I was a week ago. Look at me, woe with me. You're not doing any of this. But the earnestness to continue with the inquiry. To whom is this thought arising? To whom is this experience arising? To whom is this control arising? It's like a sander. It's just sanding each layer, making it smoother, until eventually there's nothing rugged about it. I hope that helps. Trying to keep it simple and light and direct. But as usual, I try to point to things that stick so that when you're in the dreamscape, popping in and out with the aspects and the experiences and the things, because no one expects you to sit at home and be still. Stillness isn't a doing. It doesn't mean sit at home and meditate all day. It doesn't mean stay away from people. Quite the opposite. It means show up to all of it with a willingness to be the stillness, even when the busyness is going on. I see him too, baby. Now, absolutely, it seems to start out a little rigidly and a little bit more like the willingness takes a little more arduous attack or approach, but even that's part of the dream. Even that's part of the dream. Mirror, mirror on the wall. What's arising here? What is being believed here? I was telling a client yesterday this exact thing. You guys know me and my 3-year-old self. Everything's cartoons, everything's little Kelly, and I love that. She's fun, she's whimsical, she laughs a lot. Even when she's crying, often there's laughter happening with the crying now. It's hysterical. But I don't know if it's still on there, on my Instagram, I had seen years ago a cartoon by Schultz, Snoopy, one of my faves. And Snoopy is in the clip moving along through his day. It's in the fall, and a leaf falls from the tree, as they do in the fall. And Snoopy doesn't touch the leaf. He doesn't try to catch it. He just starts to wiggle with it, dance, flow. He's just in the movement with the leaf. He becomes one with it. And it's really cute, even though it's a still, my mind goes to all of this wiggliness because we all do it. Life is wiggly. So the leaf's moving and Snoopy's moving and the dance is going on and it's just darling. And then all of a sudden the leaf blows and moves and goes and lands on the ground. And Snoopy just says, "Thank you for the dance." And that's it. That's it in a nutshell. Each thing that comes in your mirror tries to pull you in. Now, certainly Snoopy could have run and gotten a net. He could have called Woodstock in and all of the gang to chase the leaf that he needed to catch and get it and control it and attach to it and make it his and all of the things in the dreamscape. But Snoopy knows better than that. Dog God. Just does that. Dance is happening. It is dance. Dance is movement. Movement is I am that. It's that simple. Much love. Until next time. By the way, I'm not even going to edit this, even though I paused and I had some skips and some hiccups in this video. It's coming through just like this. I love you. Much love. Until next time. And I do see you